I pledge allegiance to the band of Mr. Schneebly, and will not fight him for creative control, and will defer to him on all issues related to the musical direction of the band. My name is Tom, get off your ass, let's do some math, and this is my review for School of Rock. Hey there guys, Tom here, welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me. But before we get into today's video, if you have not subscribed to this channel, hit that red button and ring that notifications bell so that you never miss out on my take on all things movies. Today's video is a review of the movie The School of Rock, which was released in 2003. You know, Jack Black has a new movie coming out just around the corner, The House with the Clock in Its Walls, which is a weird title for a movie. But I thought I'd go back and review a Jack Black classic, and School of Rock is my favorite Jack Black movie ever, and probably will be my favorite Jack Black movie ever. So I'm going to talk about just my feelings on School of Rock and why I love it so much. This review will contain some spoilers for School of Rock, so please do yourselves a favor. If you have not seen School of Rock, treat yourself, go and see School of Rock, find it wherever you can. It's worth it. If you've never seen this movie, I highly recommend it. This movie has to be in my top 10 favorite comedies of all time. Yes, some people might think I'm crazy for saying that, but I love this movie so much. This movie came out in 2003, and I remember when I first saw this film, you know, I was a lot younger then, and this movie just it was really inspiring to me as a younger person, because I used to play piano. I played piano for about 10 years, and I had some self-esteem issues playing piano. I didn't actually think I was that good, and I was actually better than I thought I was at it. I don't play anymore. And I remember in year 10, when I hit year 10 in school, we got a new music teacher who was new to the school, and that first lesson felt like straight out of School of Rock. I felt like I was in Dewey Finn's classroom, because our teacher was awesome, and it was only a class of like 5 of us, and we formed a band, and it was really cool. It was like I was living out the movie, you know, it was awesome, and we'd make references and jokes about School of Rock all the time. So this movie does actually mean a lot to me, and it holds a very special place in my heart. And I've just been looking for an excuse to talk about this film and review it on camera, so I thought Jack Black having a new movie, why not now be a better time to review School of Rock? Now, the thing that really makes this movie above anything else is Jack Black. Jack Black in this film as Dewey Finn is great. Every single line of dialogue, every joke, everything he does in this film is perfect. Note perfect, no pun intended. Now, the character of Dewey Finn can come across like a bit of an asshole at times, and you know, he's not the nicest person in the world. He's behind on his rent and all this stuff, and he's a bit of a showboat, and he likes to be front and center all the time. But the idea that this guy who's just down on his luck gets kicked out of his band and then goes to teach at this school, even though he's not a teacher, and then discovers these kids are actually really talented with instruments when he hears them in their classical music class, and then turns it into a band and makes something of it. It's just really inspiring to me, and I love that story. It's an underdog story, really. School of Rock is really, it's an underdog story of Dewey Finn, and also of these kids and the students, because, you know, they've been relegated in this in this very high-class school, as Summer says. You know, my parents don't spend $15,000 a year for recess, and they're basically, you know, supposed to be perfect people, and that's how this school, you know, educates them, and also that's how their parents have raised them as well. And I feel like the character of Dewey Finn, you know, he brings out the true personalities of these kids, and he shows them who they really are or who they really can be. And I love the dynamic between him and some of the students, like Jack Black's relationship with the character of Summer, played by Miranda Cosgrove, who actually has gone on to become quite a good actress herself, and she's done a few things since School of Rock. The relationship between Dewey Finn and Summer is amazing, and it's hilarious, especially that scene where she goes home and she does research on what groupies actually means, and then he has to come up with some excuse as to why he didn't want to make her a groupie. and he makes her a bad manager. I love that sequence. You know who else is a standout in this film is Joan Cusack as Principal Mullins. I love that she's like this uptight woman and she's so like OCD about everything. There's a great moment that I think a lot of people when watching the movie, they miss it a little bit. It's a scene where, if you guys have seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, why are you watching this review? Go see the movie first, then come back and join me for this video. There's the scene where Dewey Finn is in the staff room and he's making coffee, and Principal Mullins walks in the room to talk about the parents' night that they're having and that all teachers are required to give a presentation. Now, in that scene, Jack Black is talking to some of the teachers and they're talking about this one time that Principal Mullins got loose and was dancing on the kitchen table and this sort of stuff. And then it cuts to him and Dewey's looking at her and she's talking to another teacher, and it's this great funny little moment. I feel like a lot of people miss this moment where she's like, oh, there was some turkey on the tray and it went into the cheese tray and it had been, and we cannot have this happen. And it's just like the weirdest thing to get hung up about, but she's so hung up on this little detail about like a bit of food hanging off the edge from one side of the tray to the other. Like, it's just that kind of stuff is what makes this movie great. And the dynamic between Jack Black and Joan Cusack is awesome. Like, they have this great back and forth in this film. You know, her character's so highly strung and he's so laid back and relaxed and just doesn't give a shit. And I love that, like, not only did he really show these kids who they really could be, he also brought out like the personality of Principal Mullins as well. And she showed a whole new side by the end of the movie. And I love that moment where, you know, all the kids have decided they're gonna go and perform this concert and they're gonna go and pick up Dewey. And she walks back into the room to all these angry parents and just goes, I've just been informed that all of your children are missing. Now, like I have touched on briefly in this video, you know, the movie does have a lot of humor. It is a very, very funny movie. The movie has a lot of heart and it's quite an inspirational film. And I really like the idea of like this film that it meshes two completely different sets of people together, and it shows how like that can work. You know, Dewey Finn, this relaxed, laid-back guy with all these highly strung parents, and the principal and the kids are just as highly strung, and he brings out like who they really are. I've said that multiple times in this video, I get it, but like that's something in this movie that just really hits me hard. I think possibly the most inspirational moment in the movie, the most heartfelt moment in this film, is when Jack Black pulls aside Tamika, who is the young student who is ashamed of the way she looks. You know, she feels like she's too overweight and her self-confidence is down, and he talks about, you know, I'm also overweight and I just don't let it get to me, you know, that's not who I am in here. And that's one of the most heartfelt moments and most touching moments in this movie, and it's moments like that that really make this movie. Now let's talk about the music of School of Rock. You know, all the songs in this film are great. The Math is a really cool thing song is awesome. Obviously they play, like they do the Long Way to the Top at the end of this film. But I really love Zach's song at the end when they're performing it for the Battle of the Bands competition. That song's awesome, and I just have that song on my phone, like on repeat all the time. Like, that song is great. And that song really does like tell the story of School of Rock, you know, it's like the song tells the story of the movie, and I really like that about the song too. So guys, that is my review of the School of Rock. Thank you very much for watching this video. Once again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, hit that red button and ring that notifications bell so you never miss out on my take on all things movies. Overall, guys, I really love School of Rock. As I said, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of School of Rock? Drop a comment, let me know what your favorite moment or what you think of the movie in general is. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Tom, and I will see you guys next time.